Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Mystery Ranch Blitz 30 Backpack, which feels like it's kind of gone under the radar, which is surprising because it's one of the best tactical everyday carry bags that I've had a chance to test out recently. The bag has a really great feature set and the same quality and comfort that we've come to expect from Mystery Ranch's bags, so really excited to share it with you guys. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my experience testing it. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, walk through all the features, and I'll also talk about how it compares to some of the other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before we jump into the video, I want to thank Mystery Ranch for sending the bag for me to test out. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the overall aesthetic, the bag is a pretty tactical and functional vibe. It's got webbing along the front, compression straps, a lot of pocketing, so it's not a minimal bag by any means. Definitely something that's a little bit more technical and geared towards the outdoors. I do really like this aesthetic in general though. It's something I would be comfortable using around a city or for traveling, just maybe not something that I would take into a more professional setting. As far as the materials, the bag feels very solidly built. The exterior fabric is a 500D Cordura nylon, similar to the fabric that we've seen in other Mystery Ranch bags, and it's held up very well over the years with those bags. It's a fabric that can definitely take a beating. It also feels like it's going to offer a decent amount of weather resistance. The bag is pretty heavy when it's empty, coming in at about 3.8 pounds, which is not surprising given the amount of features and the padding that's offered here, but it feels like you get a lot for that weight trade-off, so to me, it's worth it. And then you also have some really nice aqua-guarded YKK zippers all throughout. Continuing along the outside of the bag, on the sides you have two compression straps that have these nice buckles that make it very easy to attach accessories that don't fit inside of the bag. So this is great for holding a tripod, maybe a jacket. I like that these also come with some strap management, so you don't have a ton of dangling straps. You can really kind of adjust these, and they actually go out quite a bit. And then you also have an external water bottle pocket on each side of the bag. These have a nice amount of elasticity, very similar in style to what you might find on the 2-day assault pack. And so it's going to be able to easily hold the 20-ounce water bottle that I normally carry with me. Even with the main compartment packed out, due to the elasticity that's offered here, you have a ton of flexibility with what you can store. It could even hold the 26-ounce Yeti Rambler that I sometimes use. So love the flexibility that's offered there. The compartment also has drainage at the bottom, so if you happen to get caught in some rain or you have a spill or something like that, it should be able to dry out. They're not the most subtle compartments. They do tend to stick out a little bit, but in general, super functional. Glad that they've been included and that you have one on each side. On the sides, you also have some rows of MOLLE webbing, which are going to be great to clip on accessories with a carabiner. You can clip on flashlights. And then on the front, you also have some rows of webbing where you can maybe customize it with some pouches or clip on more accessories, some lights. I really like the flexibility that this adds to the bag with what you can carry. And then at the bottom, you have a few additional compression straps, similar style to the ones that we saw on the side. So they have these quick release buckles that make it very easy to hold a variety of objects, especially if you have something larger like a sleeping bag or a yoga mat or again, a tripod. This can be a great spot to hold them. Strap management here as well. And then you have some additional rows of webbing to either manage these compression straps or to attach additional accessories. And then on the front, you have the small Mystery Ranch logo here down on the bottom, as well as a larger logo at the top. And this is also a hook and loop area where you can, kind of customize this with a variety of patches. If you want to, if you leave it off, then you'll have the Mystery Ranch logo here. So like the ability to kind of personalize the bag a bit there. Moving into the capacity, the bag comes in at about 29 to 30 liters, which is a little bit larger than many of the EDC bags that I typically like to use, but a really versatile size in my opinion. I was able to hold all the items that I normally like to carry with me, and I still had plenty of leftover space. And I like that even though this is a little bit of a larger and taller bag, it still manages to maintain a pretty slim profile. It hugged my bag nicely, even when it was a little bit more packed out, and still worked great for hiking or navigating crowded areas and jumping onto public transit. Taking a look at the straps and the back paneling, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. This is an area where Mystery Ranch typically excels, and this is one of their most comfortable bags that I've tested out so far. I love how the straps have been implemented here. They have plenty of padding that's really soft and broken in right out of the box. On the inside, you have some meshy material to help prevent moisture from building up. And then these straps also have a nice width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders when it's a little bit more packed out. At the top, you have some adjustable load lifters, which are going to allow you to really kind of fine tune how the bag sits on your back and pull that weight closer to you when it's a little bit more packed out. And you also have the ability to adjust the harness system to better match up with your height. And the bag is sold in 2 different sizes. I currently have the XL and L here, but Mystery Ranch does have some information on their site on how to pick the right harness for you. And then the last thing I'll call out on the straps is that you also have an adjustable and removable sternum strap to help distribute the weight. Moving into the back paneling, this has also been really comfortable. You have plenty of padding distributed all throughout, the same type of mesh that we saw on the straps to help prevent moisture from building up. Some nice reinforcement down in the lower back area, something that really feels like it's going to be easy to wear over a longer period of time. You have a frame sheet that kind of helps distribute the weight. One thing that I will call out is that it would have been nice to maybe see some deeper air channels to just give you a little bit more airflow and ventilation while you're walking around. Down at the bottom, you also have a couple of attachment points that you can pair with an included waist strap. I actually just fully removed this, as this type of waist strap I typically don't like to use, as it doesn't offer a ton of support, in my opinion. It does help stabilize the pack when it's loaded out and you're running around, but I love that you can actually fully remove it if you prefer not to use it, and that it's included with the bag if it's something that you want to use. Jumping into the organizational options, the bag has a nice variety of pockets all throughout. I think this is one of its strongest aspects. Starting off at the top, you have a really nice, larger, quick access pocket. All of these have well-protected zippers, as I mentioned earlier in the video, and you have some decent volume here, even for some bulkier accessories. This is one of my favorite style of compartments, as I can reach down and grab whatever I need when I place the bag down next to me, and especially when they have this level of flexibility, even for bulkier items. You can toss in pouches in there. Great for going through TSA. At the moment, I currently have my sunglasses case, and I have a GoPro, as well as a lightning cable to charge my tablet and my phone. Below that, there is a slightly smaller but still pretty spacious compartment. I really like how much volume this offers, even for something a little bit bulkier, like the one at the top. Currently what I have in here, just kind of resting at the front, is a little manicure set that I normally have with me. And then you also have some internal organization here, a couple of simple slip pockets. These don't have any sort of elasticity, but a nice amount of volume. And so in this one, I currently have my Apple Magic Mouse, and then in the one next to that, which is the same size, I just tossed in my AirPods. And then you also have a nice lanyard with a carabiner here that's going to be a great spot to attach something like your keys or a multi-tool, or in my case, my spoon and fork carabiner. And then down at the bottom, you have one more external compartment, a little bit larger than the one we just looked at. One thing I want to call out about all of these pockets is that they have these loops on the side, which could actually work well for locking them. I know security is a big concern for many of my viewers, particularly with these sort of externally accessible compartments. So I like having these loops here that are going to allow you to secure this with a cable lock. You can probably even tie these around. So nice to have that sort of thought. You have them on each side depending on how you actually want to open the bag. So coming back to this, it has a pretty wide opening, not quite clamshell style, but you can have plenty of visibility into this pocket. In addition to the space that's offered here, this one also has some internal organization. Just kind of floating down at the bottom. First off though, I have a headlamp that I like to carry with me when I have the space, and you can get a sense of the volume here. So again, a good spot for pouches or other bulkier items. And then on the back, you have a few slip pockets. One that's a little bit larger, where I currently just have a deck of playing cards. Then you have a smaller slot that's going to be a good spot for something like a pen. This is the Ridge bolt action pen, my favorite fidget tool. And then all the way at the end, you have one that's a little bit bigger, a great spot for something like a flashlight or a pocket knife, which at the moment is the Spyderco Para 3. Behind those, you have one additional kind of taller slip pocket here. Once you pack everything out, it can start to get difficult to take advantage of all the different compartments. That's usually the case with these style of bags. So this is going to be great for something that's maybe a little bit flatter and taller, like a wallet, or in my case, I currently just have a Field Notes notebook. And then on the lid of this compartment, you have some additional elastic bands that are going to be a great spot for EDC type items. Currently what I have here is a larger flashlight from Nightcore. And this isn't something that I always carry with me, particularly if I had my headlamp or my pocket flashlight, as it's a little bit larger. But I just wanted to showcase the capacity of these elastic bands here and the fact that you have these 2 rows that give you some additional flexibility with what you can store. Before diving into the main compartment, one thing I wanted to call out is that you do have external access to the laptop compartment. There is a well-protected zipper here near the back. It's got a zipper garage at the top. And then whenever you need to access your laptop quickly, you have plenty of space to do so due to the height of the zipper. We'll take a closer look at the laptop sleeve when we dive into the main compartment, but just wanted to call out the external access. And then speaking of the main compartment, this does have a clamshell style opening. The zippers go all the way down, which is a little bit different than the tri-zip bags that Mystery Ranch is well known for. We saw this with the District 24 pack, and I like the flexibility that this zipper offers. You can use this as a top loading bag because you have the compression straps along the sides that prevent it from accidentally opening, so you can just kind of reach in and grab whatever you need. But I love the fact that you can release these and actually bring the zipper all the way down so that you can easily pack the bag out and have full visibility into all your gear and inside of the bag. Again, 29 to 30 liters of space. You really have a ton of capacity for holding anything that you might want to carry with you, even bulkier items. This is the type of layout that's going to be able to handle that well. So diving into what I currently have here at the top, I have my Beats Studio wireless headphones with their hard shell case. I have the Evergood Civic Access Pouch 1 liter, which I've really been enjoying recently. It has some tech and EDC items. I also have the Evergood Civic Access Pouch 2 liters, which is kind of my go-to remote work pouch, as I can just stand it up next to me while I'm working. Down at the bottom, I also have my DJI Mavic Mini with its hard shell case. So those are all pretty large, bulky items. That's a lot of stuff, and this compartment was able to handle that very easily with this kind of simple open layout. This is also going to be the type of layout that works well for minimal travel, so I could easily toss in my larger compressible packing cube, a dop kit, and an extra pair of shoes, and use this for a longer weekend trip. Inside the main compartment, you do have some additional organization. You have a pretty deep slip pocket on each side of the bag, so it's going to be great for taller accessories. In this one here on the left, I currently have a GoRuck shadow pocket that has some bulkier and larger EDC items that I like to carry with me. Nice amount of space here. It goes down close to the bottom of the bag. And then on the one on the other side, I have my packable rain jacket that fit in there very easily. So lots of volume in these slip pockets. One thing that you want to keep in mind is that they do kind of share space with the external water bottle pockets. Because of the elasticity here, I was able to, for the most part, take full advantage of it, but I did start to notice that it could get a little bit tight, so that's something that you'll have to keep in mind as you pack the bag out. And then on the back, you have a taller slip pocket that's going to be a good spot for maybe a tablet. Currently what I have here is my iPad mini. That fit in there very comfortably, but if you have a 10 or 11 inch tablet, I imagine that would fit in there easily. This isn't a super padded sleeve. Might also be a good spot for a notebook or some documents. And then behind that, you have a pretty well padded laptop sleeve. This is suspended off the bottom of the ground. You can see just how far that's pulled up. So when you place your bag down a little bit harder, you don't have to worry about your device making contact with the ground, which is always a big plus. This is a pretty big compartment in general. Definitely can hold a 15 or 16 inch laptop comfortably. Currently what I have here is my 13 inch MacBook Air. You can see there's plenty of leftover space here at the top. So pulling my device out, now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside, and it does come up a pretty good amount. So if you happen to have a thicker device or you want to use a case with your laptop, it should be able to fit in there easily. And on the back, you do have a softer kind of hook and loop lining, so that should help prevent against scratching, or if you want to attach additional pouches or patches or anything like that, you do have the ability to do so. And you can also use this as a place to hold a hydration bladder. You do have this sort of loop at the top. I don't really use this all that much, but you can store it in there if you want to. And then you have the externally accessible zipper that I showed a little bit earlier. So this can work for accessing your device. You could probably put a nozzle through here if you want to have hydration while you're hiking. So really nice implementation here. It definitely feels like my device is going to be well protected and easily accessible. And I really like the layout and space offered in this main compartment. It's a little bit simpler, but it can handle a ton of stuff and just a great organizational layout throughout the rest of the bag. I really love the build quality, the comfort, and if you're looking for a super versatile and rugged EDC bag that's gonna be able to handle pretty much anything that you throw at it, then this is gonna be a fantastic option to check out. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the Mystery Ranch Blitz 30-liter backpack over the past couple of weeks. You can currently purchase this on the company site or on REI for about $280, which is definitely a big investment. You do get a lot of value for the price point as far as the features and the quality, and it's also going to compare well to other similar bags in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag this made me think of is the Mystery Ranch 2-Day Assault Pack, which is a really versatile EDC pack. Like this one, it has a little bit more of a tactical and outdoorsy vibe as it has a lot of MOLLE webbing, compression straps, a waist belt. It has external water bottle pockets. It comes in at 27 liters, so it's slightly smaller than this one here, but the biggest difference is gonna be that that one has the tri-zip opening versus the more kind of clamshell style that we saw on this bag. So it really kind of depends on how you like to organize and load your bag, but the 2-Day Assault Pack is a really solid pack, very comfortable. It's gonna come in a little bit cheaper than the Blitz Backpack. Another great Mystery Ranch alternative to consider if you want something that's got a more subtle sort of aesthetic is the Mystery Ranch District 24 pack, which has got a more kind of urban and minimalistic vibe. Still got a great layout, solid build quality, very comfortable, good laptop protection, but it's gonna be a little bit smaller, and again, it's just gonna have a more subdued look. So both of those are definitely worth checking out if you like Mystery Ranch's quality and comfort, but are looking for something just a little bit different than this. Another bag this made me think of is the 511 Rush 12, which is a really versatile EDC bag that has a little bit more of a tactical vibe. Like this one here, it has a lot of MOLLE webbing all around, so you can customize it with pouches or clip on additional accessories with carabiners. Nice organizational layout, solid build quality. That one was improved to include a laptop compartment that's pretty well padded. It's not as easily accessible as the one on this bag here. I also don't think that bag is going to be quite as comfortable, and it's a little bit smaller, but it does come in at a lower price point. So if you're looking for a bag that's reliable with this sort of an aesthetic, that's going to be a great one to take a look at if you have a little bit of a tighter budget. Another bag this made me think of is the Able Carry Max, which like this one is a little bit of a larger EDC or minimal travel bag. It comes in at 30 liters, so it's close in size. It's got a simpler layout in my opinion. It still has some nice pocketing for your tech and accessories. A clamshell style opening, good laptop protection. It's got a more modern and techie vibe. It's a little bit sleeker, so it's something that is going to work well for kind of a city setting or maybe for work travel. Very comfortable, and if you're looking for something in this size range that's not as tactical looking, then that's going to be a great option to consider. And then the last bag that I'll mention here is the North Face Surge, which is a really solid bag in a similar size range. It comes in at 30 liters. Lots of pocketing on that bag, really great laptop protection, comfortable to wear. North Face's bags come in at pretty reasonable price points, under $200. The bag doesn't feel quite as rugged as this bag here, and I also think the harness system on this one is going to be more comfortable, but I really like how many different pockets that bag has. It also has some webbing on the front, so you can clip on accessories. It still has kind of a versatile vibe that could work well in the outdoors, but is still subtle enough to work in a city setting. So if you're looking for something that can work for a lot of different environments, that comes in at a similar size range, but that's going to be in a lower price point, and then that's going to be another great option to take a look at. With that being said, the Mystery Ranch Blitz Backpack holds up really well against all those options, and if you're looking for a very comfortable, durable, reliable bag that's going to offer tons of organization and space, then this is going to be a fantastic option to consider. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the Blitz Backpack and how it compares to some of the other popular EDC bags that are currently on the market. And if there's any similar options that you think I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.